Welcome back. Today we are joined by Colton Saunders. He's with Edward Jones. Colton, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Good to be with you this afternoon.
Likewise. So the year is coming to an end, and you have some year-end moves for financial strategy. Sometimes the economy can seem out of control, and we find ways to kind of take control of what you can and go with that. So with that, where do we sort of start when planning for the end of the year here?
Of course, yeah. And as you know, as we close in on the end of the year, there's lots of things to worry about or think about, not only just financial related, but yeah, a few things from a financial standpoint that I think are important to take note of and be thinking about. Of course, it's a popular time of year to be thinking about your traditional and Roth IRAs. You know, if you have a goal of maybe maxing those out, or maybe you're maxing out your 401ks, definitely something to look at from that standpoint. Also, health savings accounts, or maybe 529s if you're saving for, you know, an education expense, whether it's just to sock money away and invest it in those types of accounts, or maybe you're receiving a tax benefit. Both important reasons to look at where you stand, and if you, like I said, if you do have a goal of maxing those out, try to get that done while you can.
So those are some ways to kind of make sure you're continuing to see progress. And when it comes to your portfolio, I'm sure you want to give that a little bit of a check. What should we be looking for in our portfolio to make sure we are balanced and we're on track here at the end of the year?
Absolutely. You know, it's probably no secret that we've had kind of a volatile year from an investment portfolio standpoint. And so it's a good time to reflect on that and look back, see if maybe your portfolio has drifted out of alignment. You may be overdue for a rebalance to kind of get things back in check. So definitely, you know, chat with your financial advisor about that. At the same time, it's also a good thing to look at, you know, seeing if you have anything in your account that you would benefit from tax loss harvesting. You know, in some accounts, if you have losses in certain investment positions, you may benefit from recognizing those losses, and it may help lower your tax liability. So obviously that's a little more of a complex conversation. So definitely chat with your financial advisor, your tax professional regarding, you know, your specific situation. But that's definitely something that we're having conversations about as we close in on the end of the year.
And then is there any ways you have any tips for maximizing your impact?
Absolutely. From a, you know, just a community standpoint, if you're charitably inclined, it's a good time to be thinking about that. Some folks, you know, depending on with how the tax code is written nowadays, it may be more beneficial to bunch your contributions instead of, you know, scattering them out over different tax years. So that's one thing to think about. If you just want to gift money to someone, of course, you can do, you know, up to $16,000 per year without incurring any gift tax. You know, at Edward Jones, we don't do taxes, and so this is why we kind of take a team-like approach and loop in your tax professional into the conversation and try to do what we can to maximize your impact while also lowering your, you know, tax liability. So that's something that I would recommend if you're looking into that.
Absolutely, and we're just kind of scratching the surface here. So how can people get in contact with Edward Jones or you, someone else, to kind of go over their financial strategy and get a little more specific?
Good question. So hop online, go to edwardjones.com, of course. You can type in St. Joseph, and us here in St. Joe will pop up there, or Google one of us and give us a call.
Great. Well, Colton Saunders with Edward Jones. Colton, thanks again for joining us.
Thank you, Mary Grace. Have a good evening.
You too.